Shanti. Let's stabilize ourselves in Baba's remembrance for a few moments. Ajit Bhai, would you like to take on the Murli?
Mm, Actually, Rakiben, I have not returned home.
Okay, no problem. So I will carry on conducting the Murli. Would you
Yeah,
be able to share the Murli or should I share the Murli?
yeah, I can share it. Just give me some time. I have to download it.
Yeah. Om Shanti. We shall together read the Murli dated 17th March 1991. Title of the Murli is To be a jewel of contentment, put a dot to all satisfy others. Today, Babdada is seeing his jewels of contentment from all four directions. The conference age is the age for remaining content and making others content. Contentment is the speciality of the Brahmin life. Contentment is the greatest treasure of all. Contentment is the personality of purity of Brahmin life. With this personality, you easily become a special soul. If there isn't the personality of contentment, you cannot be called a special soul. Nowadays, two types of personality are praised. Which are these two types of personality? Baba says one is the bodily personality and the other is the personality of position. So, in the Lokic world, these are the two personalities which are praised: personality of position and the bodily personality. The personality of contentment is visible in the expression of a Brahmin soul who has the greatness of contentment in his Brahmin life. And only the personality of the position of his elevated stage is visible. The basis of contentment is to be complete with all the attainments that have been claimed from Baba. That is to say, the soul is overflowing. Any lack of attainment is the reason for discontent. So, this is the checking point for each one of us. That says, any lack of attainment is the reason for discontentment. All attainments bring about contentment. Therefore, what is it that Bapdada gave all you Brahmin children as soon as you took Brahmin birth? Baba gave you the full inheritance, did he not? Or is it that he has given less to some and more to others? Is this what he has done? He hasn't, has he? Bapdada always says to all the children, remember Baba and the inheritance. The inheritance is all the attainment. All the powers are included in this. All the virtues are included, and Gyan is also included. All the powers, all the virtues, and the complete knowledge. It isn't just that knowledge, but it is the complete knowledge. It isn't just the powers and the virtues, but all the powers and all the virtues. The inheritance is everything. That is, it is complete. There is nothing lacking. Baba says every Brahmin child receives the full inheritance. You do not receive half the inheritance, you receive full inheritance. It isn't that out of all the virtues, you receive two virtues and someone else receives another two virtues. The full inheritance means it is complete and perfect. Since each one receives the full inheritance, what would there be where there are all attainments? There would be contentment, would there not? So, Babdada was seeing the personality of contentment of all the Brahmins and was seeing to what extent each one has developed this personality. There is no name or trace of discontentment in Brahmin life. This is known as experiencing the pleasure of Brahmin life through this personality. This is the life of pleasure, the life of enjoyment. The meaning of tapasya is that we did a lot of Murlis on tapasya in the last month. Let's see what Baba has to say through this Murli. The meaning of tapasya is that the personality of contentment should be visible in your eyes, in your face, in your expression, and your activity. Baba was creating the rosary of such jewels of contentment. How long must the rosary have been? Would it have been a long one or a short one? A jewel of contentment means a jewel without any flaw. The sign of contentment is that a content soul will experience the self to be satisfied, and others would be satisfied with that soul. In the stage of being satisfied, the heart is not asking questions. One is a heart that is satisfied, which is prasanna, and the other is a heart that is asking questions, that is prashna. Prashna means questions. One with a satisfied heart. Sorry. One with a satisfied heart remains satisfied because of being knowledgeable about the drama and does not ask questions. Whatever questions arise about the self or others, you yourself get the answer first. How do we get the answer first? Through the knowledge of drama and karma. Both told you, sorry, Baba told you before, did he not? Not to ask what or why, but to put a dot. Change that, which is 1 second, the detail into the essence in the next second. So in Hindi we say, Vistar ko sagar mein laऊं. One who is satisfied to such an extent always remains carefree. So check, are there such signs of a jewel of contentment in me? Babdada has given the title Jewel of Contentment to everyone. Babdada is asking all the jewels of contentment, hey jewels of contentment, are you content? People there says, Anji, Acha, are you always content with yourself? That is, with your effort, with the effort of transformation of your sanskars, in the percentage of your effort and your state? You do not say Haji to this. Why? You do not say Haji when the aspects of always comes. Acha. Second question. Are you always content with your mind, words, and actions that is in service which takes place through relationships and connections? In all three, not just in one type of service, but are you always content with all three types of service? So, what would you say? Are you checking yourself to the extent you are this? Third question. Are you always content with yourself and with others when coming into connection and relationship with all souls? Are you, or are you thinking about it? Because during the year of tapasya, this is the fruit of success of tapasya that you have to attain. There should be contentment with the self, with service, and with others, with everything. You have had yoga for 4 hours. That is very good. You will reach 8 hours from 4 hours. This is also good. Yoga is the method to achieve the result of yoga. But yoga is the method to achieve the result of yoga. But what is the result of the method? To have yoga is the method. The attainment through yoga is the result. Just as you have had the aim to have 8 hours of yoga, in the same way, keep a clear and elevated aim to achieve the result of these three types of contentment. Some children consider themselves to be content out of their own cleverness. Do not be content in this way. One is when your heart accepts, and the other is when your head accepts. You are content with yourself, with your head thinking, what worries do we have? We are carefree. To consider yourself to be content with your head is not contentment. You have to understand this in an accurate way. The signs of contentment should be experienced by the self. Is your heart always satisfied? Is there that personality? If you consider yourself to have that personality, but others do not consider you to have that personality, it means you consider yourself to be clever. So, there should not be contentment of this kind, but you have to become a contented soul with accurate experiences. Contentment means that the heart and the head will always be in rest. They will be in the stage of comfort and happiness. There will not be restlessness. They will be happy and comfortable. Such jewels of contentment always sparkle as the jewels of Baba's forehead. Check yourself. Contentment enables you to receive blessings from Baba and all others. A contented soul will experience himself to be flying on the Viman of the blessings of Baba and all others from time to time. These blessings are the flying vehicle for that soul. He will constantly experience himself to be flying in a flying vehicle. He will not ask for blessings, but blessings will come to him automatically. To be such a jewel of contentment means to be a tapasvi who is the embodiment of success. It is not success that is temporary. This is eternal and spiritual success. Baba was seeing such wells of contentment that each one asked the self, who am I? You have very good zeal and enthusiasm for the year of tapasya. Each of you is doing it ac- according to your capacity and also has enthusiasm for the future. This enthusiasm is also very good. Now, reveal the attainment that is claimed through tapasya in your life and in relationships and connections with all others. You experience this in yourself, but do not just keep your experience in your mind and intellect. Bring them into your activity and onto your relationships and connections. After they are first revealed within yourself, they will then be revealed in your relationships. After that, they will be revealed on the stage of the world. Then the drums of revelation will beat. As your memorial in the scriptures, they say that Shankar opened his third eye and destructions took place. Shankar means the bodiless stage, the tapasvi form. This me, and to make the snake of the vices a garland around your neck, and to constantly experience an elevated stage and be seated on an elevated seat. The third eye means the eye of becoming perfect, the eye of becoming complete. When you, the tapasvis, are in your complete stage and have the thought of world transformation, this nature will dance the dance of complete upheaval. It will dance the dance of creating calamities. You will be unshakable and it will create upheaval. Why is that? Who will clean up the whole world? Can human souls do this? So, the upheaval of this air, this earth, and the water of the oceans will clean everything. You have to create such a complete stage with this tapasya. Nature will accept your order through your thoughts when first your constantly cooperative senses, the mind, intellect, and sanskars accept your order. If your constant cooperatives do not accept your order, how will nature accept your order? There should be such an elevated stage of powerful tapasya that everyone should have the same thought at the same time. Then there will be transformation. When you have a thought in 1 second, nature should be present. At the moment, Brahmin souls of the world have world peace yoga at the same time. Everyone at the same time has one thought of remembrance. In this way, with everyone's thoughts, nature will start the dance of upheaval. This is why you say that there will be world transformation through self transformation. How will this old world be transformed and become new? Through the powerful thought of all of you. Everyone will have the same thought collectively. Do you understand what you have to do? Who are you? Jewels of contentment? Acha. This is the double foreigner's turn. They have gone fast in their last turn. Babdada always remains pleased seeing the double foreigners. This does not mean that Baba is not pleased seeing the Bharatvasis. At the moment, it is the double foreigner's turn. Baba is always satisfied with Bharat. This is why He has come in Bharat and has made all of you into Bharatvasis. Who are all of you at this moment? Foreigners or Bharatvasis? Not just Bharatvasis, but you like being Madhubanvasis. Now finish service quickly so that you can become Madhubanvasis. When you quickly finish giving the message to the whole world, you will then come here and you will not then be sent away. By that time, the place will also be ready. Baba says, look, there is a very big land. It is already booked, is it not? This Baba said in 1991. And today we see the entire expansion of different complexes in Madhuban. Arrangements will be made there beforehand, and then there will be no difficulty for you. However, when the time comes, you will even sleep on your suitcase. You will not take a bed. That will be a different time altogether. That time is different, and this time is also different. Now, the message through service should be the same in your mind, words, and actions. It is then that the speed of service will become fast. Be powerful with your mind, knowledgeful in your words, and loveful in your relationships and connections. That is, in your actions. When all three experiences are given at the same time, service will take place with a fast speed. Are all the double foreigners staying comfortably? Was there any difficulty? There was difficulty for those who are living far away. Are those who are staying in the hotels experiencing any difficulty? Is it difficult or is it easy? Are you all content with your living accommodation? Acha. Are all of you all right with your body? There isn't a long queue in the hospital, is there? Acha. Is the mind all right? You come from far away, and so Bab Dada is happy seeing the children who have come from far away. Happy, but still, even though you come from far away, you are all right because you come by planes. Acha, Bab Dada is giving special love and remembrance to those who have come for the first time in this kalpa. Those who have been before and have come again, raise your hand, but still you have good courage. You go back to collect money for your ticket and come back. This also is a method to have remembrance. We have to go, we have to go. Where do you have to go? When you come here, you think that you have to go to foreign lands. But as soon as you leave, you think about coming back here. When you have arrived here, you think about going back. Now, inspire the intellect of the government of Rajasthan so that you make all arrangements for you, so that they make all arrangements for you. Sorry. The time will come when that government will think that these Brahmin souls are the beauty of Abu. Acha, Baba is giving blessings now to all the great contented souls in all four directions, to the elevated souls who constantly have a satisfied heart, those who remain carefree, to the souls who are servers, who do service with a fast speed with all three types of service at the same time, to those tapasvi souls who are seated on the seat of an elevated stage, Bhatara's love, remembrance, and namaste. And from us children, love, remembrance, and namaste to our dear Baptata. The rest of the Murli, which is in Hindi, we shall continue reading this on Monday. So let's take few moments of silence and then we shall come back with our reflections to share with the group. Om Shanti. We can start sharing our reflections and takeaways from today's Murli.
Om Shanti, sister. Baba says
Om Shanti.
uh, the attainment of virtues and qualities make this heart and head contented. And when the heart and head are contented, that is true contentment. However, Baba says need for validation from other souls also. That is where I have a question. How would one know if others are contented from us? Will they cooperate? Will they ask questions? Or will they say you are contented? How has been your experiences if somebody has been contented with you or not? And the mark of us being contented is that our heads and hearts are silent. There are no more extra questions in it. So this is what are my churnings from the Murli.
Would anybody like to share your thoughts before the reflections that I come up with? Any thoughts from anyone or anything that is your experience that has worked for you as to how would you get to know whether the other soul is content with you? That's your question, right, Vinod Bhai?
Yes, sister. True. Yes, sister.
So as you mentioned, I'll just some thoughts on what you have asked for. As you mentioned, would you have the experience of the other souls cooperating with you? Possible. That is definitely possible. And the few other things that I experience or work for me is once we stop being in the space of asking questions, क्यों, क्या, कब, कैसे, there are no exchange of negative energy that happens between souls. And the space of purity is live. Given that, in my experience, what the other soul experience is complete acceptance and love. When that feeling reaches your heart, is when you get to know that the other soul is contented. That's one way to look at it, but it'll be each to each one, you know. So if others can share their thought.
Sister, if I may say, in my interactions in the Lokik world, during a meeting or a transaction, say a consultation, the other souls uh, undertakes the consultation and walks away, saying it is okay. So that is a mark for me that the other person is convinced that the other person is in harmony with what we have decided or talked about. So I think that could also be probably accepted as a state of contentment.
Let's go one step ahead. That's one step to look at it. But there could be a possibility that the other soul is not okay with the kind of call that you're taking. But is that difference being celebrated, accepted? Is that the vibe exchange or energy exchange that's been showing up in this two connection? Um, and you would get to know when you feel light. The moment if somebody says, "No, I don't accept your space," and we start tingling, and why? Why is he not accepting? This is one of the easiest thing to do. So, somewhere the space of validation comes in, my thought comes in. So, one is, as you said, okay, they cooperate and they accept your thoughts. The other is, even when they don't accept, what is the kind of energy exchange is showing up? That's where it's a checking to see whether head and heart are in harmony for you and the other soul. And is the energy of contentment being flowing between the two souls? Others can add on their reflections on this.
One thing
Also,
that I can think of is when the other soul is content, right? Only then they will come to listen to you. Okay? They will spend time with you. Otherwise, they would not spend time with you. They feel like spending more time with you. They feel like opening their heart with you. Otherwise, they will not. If they are not contented with you, then they will not even open their heart. They will hide everything. What they won't reveal any secrets. Um, yeah, so that's one thought. And Baba says contentment enables you to receive blessings from others, right? So, how would you receive blessings? You will receive blessings from others and also from Baba. So, when we make others happy, they are feeling good. So, when they are feeling good, um, their heart and head is happy. Uh, so the vibration coming from them about you is or us is those who are making them happy, right? Is all good. So that is going to the account of charity, right? So that will actually enable you to become a charitable soul eventually, right? I mean, just one thought I'm sharing.
You can hear me.
Yes, we can hear.
See, look, going back to Vinod Bhai's question, I think before are the people contented with me? If they are contented with cooperation, there are many more kinds of contentment which one has to check. First is, am I content with myself? Am I content with myself in my samskars, in my thoughts? And do I radiate that kind of energy showing pana tu jo pa liya hai? And I attract positivity. That's the first thing. Am I content with myself? Then am I content with others? Before others being content with me, I have to check, am I content with others? This is while playing your roles, responsibilities, and all. You have to check it every moment. Is there someone whom I don't tend to like? Because if there is, then your scale of contentment has gone down. Then are others content with me? This was your question. While contentment with others is extremely important, but we need to check whether others are content with me. For that, the more beautiful and perfect, if you are in your samskars and you are nice and positive, and you feel uh, the people love to come close to you, it's not necessary that they're contented, but they like the acceptance in you, they like the positivity in you, and they love to come close to you. So there will be an iota of what we say, some kind of contentment. And that's how I get the certificate of contentment. This is, are others content with me? The other two is, of course, not this. Am I content with God? And is God content with me? Because that's the main source for a Brahmin. They say the expression of contentment, the visible expression of contentment in a Brahmin life is a space. So that's only in the confluence age. So we have to see, am I content with God? And is God content with me? When all these parameters you uh, see properly, then you come down to the final point, to what I call it as, am I content with life? So certificate of contentment, Baba says it's generally from the self, from others, and from God. So do you radiate that kind of positivity, that kind of closeness, that kind of free liking, no selectiveness? Whoever comes, they are all the same. Not just seek, are you a Brahmin? Okay, I cooperate with you. No, it has to be in a perfect platform. Then, when that closeness comes, I think we are up to what we call it as revelation. It's not something suddenly which we can say, I will get cooperation from others at all. It's the extent of how nice and positive I am to others to bring them closer to me.
Yeah. Therefore, we say, no, if your connection is straight with the Almighty, all the connections will definitely get sorted all by itself.
Yes, thank you, everybody, actually. I got a lot many answers as you are all saying this, and I also turned, like a small baby would want at least his mother to smile back at him or her. At least some family member speaks back. That is this tiny moment of saying, yes, I accept you. I'm okay with it. Excuse me. And that affinity, as sister said, we should be approachable for everybody to come to us and share. As Bhaiji also said, that they should feel free that we would be able to accommodate them. That they experience that stress-free time with us. That's when probably these are the other signs that they are contented with us. And as primarily we should be contented with us. Uh, Baba would be contented with us if we follow him. So these three makes us overall a happy life. Yeah, Sister Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not only that, Vinod Bhai, see in the first paragraph when Baba read, when Rakhi Ben read, there was one thing Baba had mentioned. Baba has given you full inheritance. You are the one chosen one. So if there is any lack of attainment, if you have a little lack that I didn't get this, I didn't receive this inheritance, or somebody has got more than me, then discontentment comes. So that's why Baba always says, first he says, remember Baba, then he says, remember Baba and the inheritance. So when you feel, oh, I'm a Brahmin, I should be given all the attainments, but the world outside has been given, then your equation with is God content with me? That's a question mark. So you have to know, is there any lack of attainment? That's why I always like, I see this may be only a slogan, पाना तो जो पा लिया, बाकी क्या रह गया है क्या. But if we keep repeating, no, maybe. Say again, it's just a slogan. It's not something which really happens. If I've got everything in the world, I would have attained karmatit for a long time. I mean, just keep saying that God has given me what all is to be given. And I feel the six areas of content, content with myself, others, content with God. If you just go through it, the most important is are others content with me. Oh, shit.
But there's also, I agree with what you say, but the one also needs to check on, is it always possible for me to make others happy? Is that really possible? There would be souls who may not agree with you, may not accept your thought, but what is my energy at that point in time? Okay, is very important for us to check whether I'm content or not. Can I accept that differences or the perspectives of others with complete acceptance? I believe that is one of the reflection that was coming when you shared this. Because at times people pleasing approach may deplete your own energy.
One last submission, sister, on the last note. I had a case where I was asked for a false fitness certification. Despite several reiterations telling why it can't be given as a fitness, the other soul was not agreeing. So I made a letter to the same individual stating all possible references and I silently cut myself off from the discussions. I mean, these days, WhatsApp is another bigger world wherein the messages keep pouring upon you even if you do not want to see them or receive them. I silently detached myself from there as well. Now, at least I feel that I have done as per what was supposed to be done, and I am contented with it. The other soul is also very much convinced, but the want of things doesn't let the worldly people to be contented. And it is a momentarily thing, it changes from point to point, and hence I detached myself from there, and I feel that that is an okay space for me to exist. And the life continues. At least I am sure that whatever I have done in the past, yes, it holds ground. I am happy. Thank you.
Vinod Bhai, we have to always accept differences. That's why Baba always says in the Murli numberwar Purushartha Anusar. Whatever you say, that numberwar will be there. That's why we have the first bead and the last bead and 16,108 bead. Differences will be there. It cannot be if all of them are at the same, then all of us would be Lakshmi Narayan. So differences are there. But am I accepting their differences or am I capitalizing on them and saying, oh, they are absolutely different. They are people who are not discontented. I must not move with them or I will lose my contentment. I think that's one thing you should check because this contentment is like a blessing for you. As Baba mentioned in the Murli, it makes you fly. It's like a vehicle, you can always see. when you're contented now, as if you're getting blessings upon blessings upon blessings. That's a very deep, deep yoga. It's not something which you can get immediately, but I think you should accept differences.
Yeah, and just adding on that understanding others' requirement is really a great thing here. So, Baba will say, understanding the pulse and then giving them what they want. That's where the other person will really become contented. Like just like a doctor who will understand the diseases by checking the pulse and then understanding what disease, and based on that giving the medicine, right? So same here, understanding what others want, right? That's where I think the real challenge is, and when you are able to do that, and you will be definitely make others content, right? So there you will definitely receive their blessings. So I think for that, yoga yukt stage is the best. I think Baba often mentioned that when you are connected to God, that line is clear, then you will get the touching, and you will understand what the other man wants, what he has come for. I think it's a deep subject. Yeah, Om Shanti, thank you.
And there's no time also, but there's one thing, Rakhi Ben. If you can throw some light, there was a beautiful paragraph on my favorite topic, tapasya. How beautifully Baba has said, now reveal the attainment which you claimed through tapasya. What did you get in tapasya? What did you get that in relationships and connections? Are you able to experience yourself? And first you have to reveal tapasya within yourself, and then it can reveal it in relationships. So again, there it comes contentment. Reveal contentment through tapasya within yourself. And then it will be revealed in relationships. And beautifully must see that tapasya to revelation will be. I like that paragraph which Baba in the end finished with tapasya. Om Shanti.
So Baba always mentions that self-transformation is the first checking point for you to be there out to do world transformation. Baba says only when you are content with your own self, that's going to be first space of attainment of your tapasya. That is what I was getting when I was reading that paragraph. Baba says first check yourself. So the first parameter to check what's the result of a tapasya is how much am I content and stable with my own self. It's not necessary that I can do everything. Of course, I will elevate my efforts to do things. But am I getting into any kind of negative feelings and emotions if things doesn't get completed from me? Do I get into any questions or cues of any questions on my own self? Do I doubt my own self? And if that's coming up, then yet there is a lot of way ahead to increase your tapasya. I think these are a few checking points for one to look at um, what had been your results of tapasya. The first is self-contentment. Then comes uh, contentments from other. That's one perspective. Of course, everyone will have their own perspective. If you want to share yours, most welcome.
Yeah, for making, see, the contentment of the self will happen only when we have that full attainments, right? Full attainments is nothing but when I become full, in the sense when I'm with a full stock with all the powers and all the attainments from Baba. So that's when we don't look anything for outside. So everything we'll take it from Baba. So that's where we become full, right? So when a soul is full, that's when he's contented, isn't it?
Yeah. See, Vinod Bhai asked that question about our others' content. I'll just want to conclude by saying one thing. There is one contentment which never works. We are never content with the whole world. There has to be someone in the globe, somewhere, to whom we have a dislike. Something or somewhere, I think, unless that virus is removed from our system, there should not be a single soul whom we do not like. I'm not saying love, but there should not be do not like. That part I should first see before asking are others content with me.
Yes. So, in the interest of time, let's move on to meditation. Let's have a minute of silence. Before that, there's an announcement about tomorrow's class that we had done on Thursday as well. This is Sister Nina from San Francisco, who shall be leading the master class tomorrow. And the topic of the class is living a holistic life. So let's all of us come together and learn from sister and share our experiences and look at her experiences as to how it shows up. And now let's take a few moments of silence and experience the world of contentment at the level of self at the level of others, relationships and connections. Let's have this reflection within our own self for a minute or so before we close. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Have a soulful, contented day back the stage of your role. And we meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.